So this is the Peavey Backstage Plus. It is a 35 watt solid state amp. I'm playing with the American Deluxe Telecaster directly into it. I'm playing on the neck pickup first, and let's give it some gain, see what it's got. So the post, this is a pre-set and post. So I guess this is a preamp stage. This is the volume, the master volume, I suppose. And I'll turn that up to about 3. Oh yeah, and it has a pull bright switch, and also has a pull thick on the EQ. So let's leave this all at 5 and leave that pushed in. The reverb is kind of wild. It has a spring reverb tank. It gets a little noisy, but I mean, you only need a little bit of it because it gets crazy, even feeds back and everything. So let's hear it dry, no reverb. There's a little bit of, let's see, 3 and 3. So it has a, it's very low, it's a bit muddy, that's on the neck pickup. Here's the bridge pickup of the Tele. Obviously that's much brighter. So let's give it a little bit saturation. So I'm assuming that's what that is, sat. Let's turn that up to like half. So I turned it up 50%, but it's just a little, you can hear that, just a little bit of gain. Let's turn it up 75%. Yeah, so that adds it to my ears. I don't know what it sounds like to the cheap iPhone microphone that's in there. Sorry, Apple, I didn't mean cheap. I mean the iPhone microphone. It tends to overload quite easily. So turning up the gain doesn't, it gives it, it is sort of like a tube saturation in that we're not like full on getting distortion, more saturation sound. So that's kind of cool for a solid state amp. This is one of the better sounding solid state amps actually that I've heard lately. So let's give it a little bit more pre. You think that would saturate the tube? So I'm going to put it back on the neck pickup. By the way, there's fluorescent lights in here, which are not helping, but the amp is not like super quiet anyways. You can hear some buzz, especially as I turn towards the lights, and it quietens when I'm around here. Anyways, let's crank this up a little bit more. Buzzing going on my table here. Kind of hit a resonance zone there. But anyways. It's had a little reverb. You can hear that it's very No, just listen. You give it more reverb, it even starts feeding back. Be real judicial with the reverb. It's an actual reverb tank sitting there in the back on the bottom of this amp, and it's cool. I like that it's a real spring reverb. Okay, let's get back to the amp again. So let's just crank this thing up and see if we can get at low volumes an overdriven tone. It sounds good. On the bridge pick, I'll get a little brighter. Yeah, I don't know. This amp. You just have to trust me. Probably it sounds better the louder you get. I'm not a big fan of solid state amps, but I like this guy. Especially the louder it gets, a lot of solid state amps, the louder they get, the less I like them. This amp is the opposite. I don't know why, but I love it when it sounds cranked. So anyways, it's a pretty cool amp. Now I haven't even gotten into the tone controls. It's cool that it has a thick setting on here. So let's see what that kind of does. It definitely adds gain. I could hear volume coming out. It sounds bigger. It's probably adding a low mid boost. Probably not as low as you might think. But let's see if we, let's crank the lows up. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the highs. Wow, okay, cranking the highs up. Crank the lows up, and without it being pull thick on, so that the thickness is off now, it's pushed in. Okay, and then pull it on. Yeah, it's definitely not added any lows, this thick thing. It's adding more, definitely mids, which is cool. I mean, that probably to me is like almost like a lead boost. Could definitely use that somewhat as a lead boost. Let's see what the mid sound like on here. So if you're looking for like a distorted heavy metal mid scoop sound, like Dimebag Darrell, even though this is a solid state amp, it ain't no Randall head, you're not going to get that sound. That's it scooped. And so that's very loud. Even though it's, I mean, this is a 35 watt amp. It's getting, I mean, man, this is, I'm not going to say you can use this as your main amp for a 3-piece band, but this is better than your average bedroom amp, put it that way. Anyways, I do like the thick. I would play it with the thick. I would crank these up pretty high for my tones, and I would definitely be playing it loud. Playing it at low volumes, it doesn't sound that hot. Playing it loud. So, I don't know, if this being a good bedroom amp, if you only like it when it sounds really loud, maybe it's not. Maybe a nice little practice studio amp. So, anyways, actually, the mid-scoop sound was kind of cool, but not, not probably what most metal guys are going for. It does have sort of a classic PV sound going on it. I'm sorry to talk so much, but it's not like my playing is that great, anyways, right? But it has a sort of a PV-ish sound going on, but it sounds a lot more tube amp. Even though it's solid state, you can probably pick these up really cheap, I bet. I don't know, actually. I haven't researched it, but I'm sure they're not that expensive. After all, it's only a 35 watt amp with I think that's a 10-inch speaker. That's it. Actually, you want to see the back? Let's turn this off and listen to that. You can hear those springs. Yeah, if you're going for that kind of sound, this is it. Anyways, I don't know if you can see that, but there's beefy transformer. Obviously there's no tubes in there. It's a solid state amp, but it's 35 watts at 8 ohms, and it definitely looks like a 10-inch speaker in there. So it's called a Backstage Plus, PV Backstage Plus, made in the USA. Has a foot switch input, which I don't know what that does, because I don't have a foot switch for it. I'm assuming it's going to either do the pull thick, which I consider a like a mid boost, or a lead boost even, maybe a little tiny bit of a lead boost, or maybe this pull bright, which I don't know if we heard that, the pull bright. Let's turn this up and hear what that sounds like. So here's on the neck pickup, which should be more dull sounding. So that pull bright would be nice on the neck pickup of a Tele or even a Strat, I bet. Actually, I did play this with my Strat, and it did sound really good. Nice with the Strat. I like this single coil. I haven't played it with humbuckers yet. I don't think I'm going to with this video. Sorry for you humbucker guys, but I don't know. It has a cool sound. That's the neck pickup of my Tele. I like this amp. I'm not a big fan of solid state, like I said, but I like this amp. It's pretty cool. I can't keep it though. I have like 11 amps, so it's probably going to go up on eBay. Maybe Craigslist, who knows. Maybe Reverb, actually. Reverb is very cool. I like Reverb. Reverb.com. Go there and buy gear. It's a cool place to buy gear. Maybe I'll put it on Reverb. Anyways, really cool. Sorry for all the talking, but I'm a bit of a chatty Cathy. Laters. Wow, that was quick.